And again, as we say, in the heavyweight and super heavyweight fights, they figure to win. So this becomes a big one for Darin Allen and the U.S. team as he gets set to take on that man, Valery Laptev, at the age of 25.
Darin Allen.
And Darin Allen out of Columbus, Ohio. This is the light middleweight division, 156 pounds. Darin Allen, born, lives in Columbus, Ohio. Fights for the Ohio Youth Club. He's been boxing for 10 years. 20 years old. Needs to work on his combinations more. That's what he has been stressing in his training for this confrontation. Allen has also been prone in the past to back up. And that's another thing they have been working on. Again, he's a relatively inexperienced fighter, even though he is 20 years old. He's been boxing for 10 years. He has very little high-class experience. Last year, he lost to Dennis Milton in the quarterfinals of the Olympic trials. People were surprised he didn't get that far. That's the first time people really sat up and took notice of Darin Allen. And then on in the U.S. Amateur Championships, he lost to Alfonso Bailey, so he is one of the 2 Americans involved in this competition here in Reno that were not gold medalists at the national championships in November. And he's in with Laptev, who is 25 years old and has been around and has had a lot of international experience. In fact, Laptev fought in the US-Soviet dual meet in the Soviet Union last year, beating Danny Trujillo. Minute and a half left in round 1. US-Soviet Union dual boxing meet, coming to you live from Reno, Nevada, as part of our USA Against the World in Amateur Boxing series. We saw the United States, a different aggregation, facing Argentina in Longview, Texas a couple of weeks back, and looking quite impressive there. And upcoming will be dual meets against Ireland next week and Korea in 2 weeks. Slowly paced. First round, half a minute to go. The experienced Soviet Laptev against the relatively inexperienced American Darin Allen. First round, not much action in it. Coming to a close. Coming to you live from Reno, Nevada. Al Michaels video from ringside. The United States leading the Soviet Union 6 pounds to 3. This is the second round with Darin Allen of the United States taking on Valery Laptev of the Soviet Union. Again, and we'll stress what we pointed out at the outset of the telecast, dual meets between these two countries began in 1969. And over that period, the Soviets have won 26, the U.S. just 6, and one wound up as a tie. The Soviets were heavily favored coming in here. Remember, this is an experienced team featuring several fighters who would have been on their Olympic team against the very green and inexperienced U.S. unit, none of whom were on the Olympic team in Los Angeles. And the United States, after falling behind 3-1, has now taken a 6-3 lead. 3 bouts to go, including good left by Laptev got in. Allen tries to come back with that right hand, but Laptev showing good movement and escaping the thrust. I'd like to alert our local stations that at the end of this round we will be taking a station break. And another left hand, and locked into a left hand, and that summarily ends it. So Darin Allen, the 20-year-old out of Columbus, Ohio, attempting to hold his own, is simply a victim of Laptev's experience and superior punching power, as Laptev was able to stay out of trouble throughout the bout. And he winds up winning it. So Allen gets a hand as he is able to rise from the canvas. And there is Laptev, who was the Soviet champion back in '82. He was the European champion and Soviet champion in '83. World Cup winner in '83 as well. So he's got a pretty good resume. Light middleweight Valery Laptev as they attend to Darin Allen over in the blue corner. So the Soviets have now won 4. The United States still on top 6-4, but it's going to be tough for the American team to pick up an outright victory, as much as the Soviets will be favored in the next 2. Crowd responding to Valery Laptev as Allen now comes to the center of the ring. And we will have the announcement of the official decision coming up. 6-4 is our score. The U.S. on top. Referee Dick McGuire, the American from the Bronx.
Knockout in 1 minute 27 seconds in round number 2. Out of the red corner, representing the Soviet Union, Valery Laptev.
Valery Laptev winning it with a second-round knockout. So the heavyweight and super heavyweight confrontations to come. Again, it was an inactive first round, a little right and then another right hand. And there's that left hand, and that did it. That was the end right there. Face down goes Allen. Down for the count, and it's now 6.